Hello and welcome back to Stardust. I am going to be playing the ORS in this. Now, I can't tell you the deep lore behind Coven ships because I'm not really into Halo stuff, but it is a pretty cool ship, so I reckon why not make gameplay about it. There's not really much else to talk about it, they added the Coven heavy lasers, meaning it now sounds slightly cooler than the other counterparts, which is not much because there's not many other counterparts of this stuff. This is the thing below it. It used to have roughly the same weapons, and now it's basically much bigger, less maneuverable, I think, but like 3 times as much health, kinda, maybe. Anyway, let's get into this battle. Now, I've noticed the plasma cannons, not the plasma torpedoes on this thing. They do roughly about 15,000 per salvo, so they're pretty good. They do a decent amount of damage, and banshees can help against enemy fighters quite well. Like, you don't get overwhelmed, and your point defense isn't shabby too. Point defense is alright. It's not the best at taking out missiles, but it's also not the best at taking out fighters. It's kind of more of an overall PD. I wouldn't really recommend it for anything else. That's about it for the ORS. So yeah, it does decent amount of damage for what it is, but it doesn't have a lot of health. Although it only has like a 40-second waiting cooldown, so I guess that's pretty good. You don't have to wait that long, and it has all its guns have pretty good angles. Like, you can go at a complete broadside of enemy ships, and you're fine. It's just you're so big, Jesus, this ship is really big for what it does. You can try and spin in it if you really want to. All your guns will face, but you can't really spin in this because it's so big. I think it's plasma torpedoes. As you see there, it's 17,000. The plasma torpedoes is the only thing that really makes it any good. Other than that, it's a lot of dying. Yeah, it kind of sometimes I find it struggles sometimes when it comes to fleet battles, when you have a total of 250,000 health and you only do 190,000 score in that lifetime. It's probably not the best ship for deathmatch, although it just sounds cool. It just sounds cool. I am also grinding on it to try and get this thing, DOS. It sounds even cooler, looks even cooler, but it's quite a grind. I really can't be asked to do that. I've still got to grind a lot on the Spacio Matter. I started on Star Wars. If you couldn't take the guess, I started on Star Wars because I've only got that ship and the ships over here to do. And then on Halo, it's basically all the tier 4 ships that I can't be able to grind, because to be honest, the tier 4 ships for Halo, they're quite this 1.2 million, but that's quite a grind for just a light frigate. You want a battle cruiser at 4.5 million XP. That's a lot of XP. Same goes for I'm pretty sure most of this. 4 million. This thing has hardly any health. Look at this. 4 million. What? Now, I can't say I don't have this ship, so I can't say if it's any good or not, because it has a lot of guns, but 4 million, I don't really want, and it's only for one ship. That's not to mention the ship after it, which is 12 million, 8 million. It's already had 8 million beforehand or something similar to that, so it's alright. Well, 8.5 million for this thing. I know it's pretty good in some situations, but really have to be grinding. You have to do lots of hours, lots of unneeded hours that no one really wants to do. Anyway, back to dying in the ORS. Greatest ship to die in. Hey. It's always the first salvo that sounds awesome. Every other salvo just gets meshed with all the other guns. You don't hear anything after that. The heavy lasers used to be really loud though, stupidly loud. And although some people complained about it being deafening, I just thought it was awesome sounding. It just sounded really cool, and now it's just really plain. Yay. We're shooting normal guns. It's like the super turbo lasers on the Compeller and Titan. It sounds really cool. And then the super heavy lasers on here, you can't really hear them as much anymore. So it's a bit disappointing, I kind of think. But all this ship is just a spammer. Just lots and lots of things just firing all at once. Look at this. Small lasers especially, it's just... Even though you can't really hear the heavy lasers as much as you could in the past, they still sound really, really awesome. They'll never get old, but like, that's why I really want the DOS, because that thing just looks cool. And I like cool sounding things, because they're the best. Well, you can see the size comparison. It's a pretty big ship, but I don't know Halo, so I can't really say if it's a good ship or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ah, fuck. DOS over there. Look at that. All those guns coming towards me. Not terrifying at all. Yeah, thinking about it, I should have really deployed my fighters. It would probably have been a good idea before I started firing. Oh well. Have to deal with it later. I'm about to die again. Yay. Can I get over 250,000 score, please? Okay, that was better. That was a better game. Much better. Although, I have come to the point in the Star Wars tree where I've got like 700,000 like free XP and there's nowhere to really put it. Like, I guess I could put it towards Golden 3, because there's no way in hell I'm getting this with 25 million XP only this much on the Tyrant. Or I could just dump it all on like Legacy and try and climb up the Republic tree of all the ships along here. But I just can't be asked, man. Like 5 million, like it's quite a grind. But it's like some ships, like I guess some ships like the Providence, I grinded for that. That was pretty fun. Like some ships in here are really fun. I do like playing some of the Space Yamato ships in here. Like the Vesuvio is basically anti-Dorito ship. I've started playing with crabs and realizing how overpowered they are, and I just like trolling people in submarines. And then these carriers are very good for tier 3. And then this one's too big. It gets too long. It's not very maneuverable. This one's more fun to play in tier 3 servers. But I don't know what this ship would be like. If you have it, can you just tell me what it's like and if it's worth it? Because I could get 2.3 million XP using the Andromeda if I really tried. If I really tried, I really could. So I just want to know if it's any good. It's always the first salvo. Why do Venators do this themselves? Why do they join a max tier server? And then if they're like the Command Resolute, then that makes sense because the Command Resolute is a tier 4 ship. Yeah, it's tier 4, so it makes sense. Any other ship though, on the other hand, any other tier 3 ship that comes along here just gets pulverized. Don't know why they come here. It's better just to grind in tier 3 server than it is to come along here. You might be able to get more damage in, but like the ship you're going against does more damage than you and pretty much almost certainly has more health than you. If it's a light destroyer from like the Halo tree, then maybe not, but it still doesn't mean it's not going to kill you. Oh, the lasers though. The lasers, they always sound so bloody awesome. They're always so cool. Oh, I'm dead. There we go. I fired some torpedoes. Missiles, what? No? Torpedoes. I keep mixing up for some reason. No idea why. I think I did the maths at one point to find out if I can get an average of 80,000 XP per game, and then I work out how many games I'd had to play, and then the amount of respawn time to work out the grind for the DOS. I think I've done something like that in the past. I've probably got a note somewhere, but I've just forgotten about it. That's the type of person I am. I make notes on everything. Look at the statistical stuff and say, it will cost me this much, or it will take me this long. Let's not mention that I spent 20,000 Robux on this game to grind for the Titan and Compeller. Developers, please notice me. But anyway, yeah. So ORS, I think I enjoy it actually. Like when you get a fleet of these ships, though, that's when it really comes into its game because it's just so fun. You just out-spam the enemy, and it's just so cool. Though you don't really see them that much. You might see them on a map like this, but you don't really see them that often. They're quite a rare sighting. Well, whenever I'm on, that is. Yeah, this Providence should die. I think it's just a Providence Mark II. It's not Invisible Hand. No, I don't see the dark nose at the front with the gold bars, whatever, the gold lines, yellow lines on it. It's gonna die anyway. Let's just target the Star Destroyer. Oh, that Star Destroyer doesn't look too good. It's got a blue Noah going after it now. Yeah, the problem with the plasma torpedoes is they're very slow. So normally the enemy will die by the time your torpedoes get to them. But yeah, again, yeah, it's alright. Like 50,000 XP. I probably maybe got more. Could have got more, but yeah, like I did 1.5 million. Is that 1.5? Yeah, 1.5 million damage using this, which is still very good. But anyway, that is this video on the ORS. It's kind of a shorter video to what I'd normally do, but yeah, again, I just wanted to have a little break from all the like Titan and Compeller stuff. I just wanted to have a nice chill game with the ORS and just talk about some chill things. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's really helpful for me. Alright, bye bye!